Hello everyone, Professor D here. I'm going to take a few minutes to talk to you about the second major project for Wellness for Life that you will complete this term, and that is the final project and research presentation. For this item, you are going to choose a topic that has interest to you that has to do with health and wellness. You may only have one topic per student, so it's first come, first serve. So the week that you will be signing up in a discussion forum, you need to make sure that you're there first if you want the top choice for your topic. If anyone chooses your topic or something very close, you need to find another one. I will then go through those forums and approve everybody, or say, I like your idea, but maybe it's too broad or too narrow, and we can work from there. With that being said, you do want to have some specificity in your topic. For example, you don't just want to say, I want to do my paper on PTSD. That's too broad of a topic to work with your presentation on. Instead, you might want to say, I want to research PTSD on individuals in school mass shootings, which a previous student has done in the past. Or instead of doing cardiovascular disease, you would like to do the effects of Reiki on cardiovascular health. Some sort of a specific topic or a subset of that category is what you want to have fine-tuned when you offer me your topic. So you will do that via a discussion forum. And this is a semester-long project, so about midway through you'll see the due dates. You have a rough draft that's due. You were doing this in PowerPoint. It must be in PowerPoint because everybody has access to that through their CCV tuition. And you need to create a title page, and then 3 slides of content. So this will have, each content slide should have some text on it. I recommend using more bullets, similar to what I do in the lecture slides, as opposed to copy and pasting paragraphs. That's very busy for the reader to look at. And you will also see that 2 of them have to have some sort of a visual on there, not for the entire slide, but there could be some sort of a picture on there or a graph or a chart that relates to the text content. And then you will also have at least 2 of those 3 content slides. Below them, they'll have some notes. And these are very similar, again, to the notes that I give you in the lecture slides. That might be things that you would say if you were giving this lecture in real time, or just helpful hints to really point out an aspect of the slide or a specific example that you would share with them if you were lecturing. Because we're eventually going to build this presentation so that you can post it in a discussion forum and students are able to view them as they would a lecture that I created. Then your final slide for the rough draft is just some bullet points of what the remaining slides will be of. Just one phrase on what you're going to do. It might be background, statistics on something, so on and so forth. Just what you're going to do to finish the remaining, because your total one will have 10 content slides minimum. So what other topics will you look up and create slides for it that will fill up the remaining 7 slides? Please remember for your rough draft that the title slide, the reference slide, and the slide on the bullets of what you will do for the final project do not count as the 3 content slides. So there would be technically 6 slides total, 3 of them content. Toward the end of the term, you will turn in your final draft to me. Again, this will have a title slide, a reference slide, and a minimum of 10 content slides. And you want to look very carefully at the written assignment so you make sure that you cover all of the details, and how many of those slides that need to be having a visual, how many need to have notes at the bottom. There's one here where you will also have to have a short video that students can go to with that. So make sure that you cover all of those in your final draft. And then you will submit that to me. And then 1 week later, you will be posting these in the presentation forum on the very last week of this class. You must post by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. That earns you 10 points on that discussion forum. That week's discussion forum is unusual. It's not 5 points, it's 30. You earn 10 points for posting your presentation by Thursday at 11:59, and then 10 points each for the 2 replies that you make to other students by Monday at 11:59 p.m. And again, when you enter into that discussion forum that week, it will give you details on what to reply to the students in regards to. So it will give you prompts that you need to do in their project. You're essentially telling them what you found interesting and what you learned from their project. And again, you want to try to choose two students that have something a little bit different than you. Again, I'm not allowing there to be multiple topics by the same student. But if you're doing something similar, you might want to try someone a little different so that you definitely learn something new, and then you can discuss that with them. So I hope you found this video helpful. Again, this is a semester-long project. I expect that you will start very quickly working on it by coming up with the concept of the topic that you want to do, having that approved, and then start working on gathering information and getting your peer-reviewed references. Again, I didn't mention this previously, but it is in the written part. At the end, you will have 5 minimum peer-reviewed references. Any additional references do not need to be peer-reviewed, and they do not need to be within the last 10 years. But I do want you to do that for at least the first 5 references. And the reason we choose within the last 10 years is so that we know the content is relatively current. As we've talked about in health and wellness, a lot of times research changes very rapidly. So we don't want anything that's too old and outdated as far as statistics and information goes. So I hope you enjoy working on this project and becoming the expert so that you can teach the class at the very end in that last forum some information about this topic. I look forward to seeing those presentations at the end of the term, and have a great semester.